Hey guys, what's up? It's Isaac here, and today we are going to be doing episode 11 of Down the Road, where we explain how something in a certain part plan has evolved, and yeah, so today we're going to be going down the road of not hardware, but software. We're going to be going down the road of the versions of macOS 10, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so macOS 10 has been out for around 15 years, and not to confuse with the older Mac systems before macOS 10. macOS 10 was not the primary system in the beginning. It all started, I think, with like macOS 7 or something, and then macOS 8, macOS 9, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff with the older stuff. And then in 2001, macOS 10 rolled out. So, yeah. So the first version of macOS 10 was CHEETAH. So CHEETAH was released on March 24th of 2001, and CHEETAH, CHEETAH is very interesting in its design. It really, it started with the design of Aqua, which I don't know what they mean by Aqua. It was called CHEETAH, so what is Aqua? Seriously, what is Aqua? But anywho, and then a couple months later we got Puma. So Puma was released on September 25th of 2001, and Puma didn't seem to do much different than CHEETAH did. Maybe a few improvements to some of the apps, but hang on, Mac OS 10 Puma. Yeah, Puma really didn't do much. It seemed pretty much the same. But I don't really see much of a huge difference there. But let's see 10.1, 10.0. Yeah, it really almost looked the same. It literally pretty much just looked the same. So, yeah. And then, a little less than a year later, we got Jaguar. So Jaguar was released on August 23rd of 2002, and Jaguar was... Oh, hang on. Jaguar didn't seem much different, but they rolled out iTunes, as well as the address book, contacts, and the AOL messaging servers, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh, and iMovie, iPhoto, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then about a year later, we got Panther. So Panther was released on October 24th of 2003, and Panther really didn't seem to do much different either. Had a new iTunes logo, added GarageBand, Calendar, or iCal. iCal. What the hell was up with the names back then? Yeah. And then a little less than 2 years later, we got Tiger. So Tiger was released on April 29th of 2005, and Tiger brought stuff like iChat, it brought the dashboard, it brought Safari, which no older version had Safari before that. Did Panther have Safari? Oh, wait, no, Panther brought Safari. My bad. Panther brought Safari. Anywho, come on. Yeah, Tiger really didn't bring too much more besides iChat and that kind of stuff. And the dashboard, like I said. And then about 2 years later, we got Leopard. So Leopard was released on October 26th of 2007, and Leopard kind of give it a slight there was like a new dock. It had kind of this like mirror finish, which was a little bit interesting. And then of course it brought enhancements to some of these apps, and it brought like Time Machine, which was a new feature. Windows never had that. Of course with the Vista, or as I like to call it, town, pretty much, because Vista was just a straight pile of bull. So yeah. Anywho, and then about 2 years later we got Snow Leopard. So Snow Leopard was released on August 28th of 2009, and Snow Leopard, one, they were lazy with the names. That's just one thing. But they brought a few enhancements, like they brought photo booth. Actually, no. They had photo booth way before that. I'm just looking at the dock. It's kind of being lazy. But they brought. Did they bring the App Store in Snow Leopard? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. I thought they brought the App Store in Snow Leopard, but no, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, and then 2 years later after that we got Lion. So Lion was released on July 20th of 2011, and Lion brought a slightly new look. It brought the Launchpad, which was not on any of them. It also brought the App Store, as well as improved expose, now as we call mission control, and it also brought FaceTime, as well as a new improved iTunes, and yeah. So Lion actually did have a few improvements, and then about a year later we got Mountain Lion. So Mountain Lion was released on July 25th of 2012, and Mountain Lion was didn't bring much, but it brought Game Center, as well as and it also brought like messages, which and it brought like the iCloud stuff, because it was able to connect to your iPhone and that kind of stuff, with all that. And then it also brought what else? New updates to iMovie, of course, and reminders, and yeah. And then and then a little more than a year later we got Mavericks. So Mavericks was released on October 22nd of 2013, and Mavericks was the last one to take on the old style design of macOS 10. But it brought a few new enhancements. Like it brought maps, as well as it brought iBooks, and some other things. It brought the Notes app, which you didn't see before, and then it also brought like the notification drop down, and it brought new enhancements to it before preparing for the newest and best big release of macOS 10. And then about a year later we got Yosemite. So Yosemite was released on October 16th of 2014. That's exactly a year before this channel was begun, and that's pretty crazy. And Yosemite brought an entirely new design with bold new icons, and as Craig Federighi said,
and check out that trash can. That is a gorgeous trash can. You wouldn't believe how much time we spent crafting a trash can.
According to that was hilarious at WWDC. That honestly was so hilarious, but yeah. But yeah, and Yosemite brought some other improvements. Like it brought better enhancements to iCloud. It brought, like I said, the whole new design, and that trash can. I cannot get over him. I cannot get over Craig Federighi saying that. That was just hilarious. And then a little less than a year later, we got El Capitan. So El Capitan was released on September 30th of 2015, and El Capitan didn't bring too much, but it brought like split screen as well as the audio, as well as the little audio icon in Safari. So it let you know, it let you mute tabs right then and there. It also brought new enhancements to iCloud and Photos and all that kind of other stuff. Yeah. And then about a year later, we got Sierra. So Sierra was released on September 20th of 2016, and Sierra brought things like Apple Pay and Siri, and it brought some new improvements to like speed and stuff. Pretty much every release brings like speed improvements and stuff. And it also got rid of the OS X name and just changed it to macOS. So, yeah. And then, just a couple months ago, we got High Sierra. So, High Sierra was released on September 25th of 2017. So, about 2 months ago. And High Sierra didn't bring much, but it brought that new Siri logo. And it brought, like, autoplay blocking and the intelligent tracking prevention in Safari. It brought that new Maps logo, and it brought the new FaceTime sound. Well, I mean, pretty much everything. Pretty much every Apple device brought that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about OS X. I'd say my favorite release of OS X out of the whole bunch probably has to be High Sierra. I mean, I don't know. I think High Sierra just really is a great release. But Yosemite was great as it brought that new design. And I do love some of the older ones. Like I love like Tiger and Leopard. Those older ones are kind of cool. So yeah. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.